Scorpio, hey, thanks for dropping in with me. We got a little dip into your collective frequency to see what's coming towards you and what is presenting itself to you as we move forward from this point in time on your path, okay? There's a certain timeless quality that is coming in. It's really interesting, the energy that's in play right now. I did get a message coming in for you. We're going to work with the Sacred Rebels Oracle to open up for you, and I'm being called to work with them in a little bit different of a way because there's an interesting energy coming in around your collective. This is for any significant Scorpio placement, or if you have a prominent placement in the 8th house. Likewise, if you're a Taurus rising, that's your descendant sign, Scorpio, there. So you may find resonance with what comes through here. I got that you are meant to grok the totem of owl at this time. There's something you need to understand about alchemy. There's a certain alchemical gift that is awakening within you. It has something to do with visioning and being able to activate your visions as well. Some of you are going to be opening up to more visionary experiences. There's like a further advancement on that level if you're already very in touch with the clairs. For others of you, this is like just having an inspiration come in that gives you a vision that pertains to your particular path and a point of activation you're meant to experience in terms of your destiny. It's like you're being given the roadmap to get there. But I also got that you need to sort of head off at the past those who would try to swoop in and rob this vision from you. It's the way it's being presented. And you may feel this happening like on an energetic level. It's interesting. It's almost like interception on the ethers. This will probably make sense to you. I know it's not going to make sense to everybody, but there's going to be someone this is really speaking to. And I've really decided that I just have to let the messages come through as they want to come through. I always do, but I've made a lot of effort in the past to sort of adapt things so it can fit many different scenarios. And I've just decided, no, I don't want to dilute that anymore. I also feel like there's something that you're not wanting to dilute anymore. No, give it to me. Like, give it to me straight up, man. I don't want it watered down. I don't want it watered down. I don't think what you're getting coming in here is watered down at all. It feels like a big, bold vision. But there is a little interception action at play. Something that almost wants to block this download from coming in. So I feel like you might be dealing with some astral energy here. This is the message, all right? Let's check this out. I feel like you're about to enter into initiation period. You're about to go through a spiritual initiation. You might have even been feeling this recently, like an amplitude of energy. It's been building up, but you haven't been able to put your finger on it. You haven't been able to understand the source. It's because it's not coming from outside of you. It's something that's awakening within you, okay? And there's like this vision that's going to come in that you're meant to activate. In other words, you're meant to put it in action. You're being given the architecture of your future. But it's interesting. I just saw like this image of a pyramid rising. And so it makes me think of arriving from the past. It's like a back to the future moment, perhaps a lifetime in ancient Egypt. Okay, this is just coming in. It's the way it wants to come about. Okay. Got that Eastern Star message coming in again. That came in last year too. It came in around the summer. Something looping back from the summertime coming forward now. But I feel like this architecture is something that it correlates to work that was supposed to be completed in a former incarnation that never got done. You're activating it now. Right? Timelines are finally catching up to each other. This could be reconnection with a particular soulmate too. All right, so we're going to get 3 piles here for you, right? And each one is representing some gateway of your initiation that you have to pass through. And then we'll get a little bit more details about it, Scorpio. Right here, we have spirals of manifestation. I'm telling you. So this is really a time when you have to be very clear about your thoughts, because the kind of vision that's awakening for you right now, it provides like almost instantaneous activation, for better or for worse, right? So this is one of the challenges of passing through this particular initiatory gateway. You're going to really come to understand how thoughts are things and carry the weight of responsibility, because you'll recognize that you'll think about something and then all of a sudden it's playing out in your reality. You've been wondering, like, wait a minute, what is this? How is it that I'm just having a thought? I didn't even talk to anybody about it or anything. And I'm scrolling through my feed and all of a sudden I got all kinds of images of this thing popping up on my screen. Like, whoa, who's running the program here? I think you're having like some of those kind of unusual experiences. And there is a lot of messages coming in. And it's interesting. It's like when you act on the messages that come in, you see instant manifestation. I think some of it may be things that you've been experimenting with. Could even be with experimenting with different ways that you've been kind of like shielding your energy or cloaking your energy, just working on more of an energetic level. You've been playing with things like sound and color and texture, and really engaging all the senses and building your imagery too, really tapping into the feeling. And as you do this, you recognize, hey, I mean, you are a water sign. Water is a conduit. You're recognizing that you really have the ability to call things into manifestation. Your manifestation abilities are quickening, but they bring a certain responsibility with them, which you'll come to understand more about. You really have to be mindful about how you use your manifestation abilities, because there's also like a penalty box in association with that too, if you're using those abilities less consciously. Okay, so there's something really stirring here. 9 energy around that. Okay, there could be sort of hermit energy involved in this. You may actually be studying a particular branch of alchemy. You may be studying hermetics, you know, you may be looking into a new path spiritually, and you've been experimenting with different metaphysical techniques. Some of you are really inspired by quantum physics right now, and that's really forming sort of the basis of your spirituality. Okay, there's something about design, the architecture and the design, but on more etheric, esoteric level. And you're getting certain blueprints. I got, you know, certain blueprints. Some of you are actually going to be creating this blueprint, and you're meant to share this knowledge with others about how to crack this particular code. But first, you have to figure it out. You gotta hack reality as we know it first before you can lead the charge in that regard. And here we have visions of life beyond death, and there is the owl. Okay, so you may be connecting with your ancestors. There is a certain empowerment, a certain essence that they want you to tap into right now, that is a direct lineage gift of your bloodline. All right, this is something that will be awakening in you. And you have a lot of protection as you start to open up to this experience as well. There's a lot of ancestral strength around you. Some of you have great associations with Oshun. This is an important aspect of reclaiming of your spirituality, I got. And you may really feel connected, you know, with Oshun and be getting a lot of visionary awakening coming in with Oshun. Well, you know, Oshun, the beautiful goddess, is a master of divination. She casts the cowrie shells. You may even be having an awakening of these kind of divination gifts, I feel. And these are gifts that are being passed down to you from those who have gone before you. You may be working with different kind of divinatory methods that are indicative to your bloodline, because there's many different ways of, you know, peering into the future. And there are those of you who have gifts of mediumship that are awakening within you. I do feel this is a little bit about getting perhaps a little guidance or a visitation that's going to come in for you, that's a building block for your future with 44 here. Yes, it's a key you're downloading from beyond the veil that's giving you the ability to bring something into being, to manifest this vision you're being given. It's part of your ashe. It's part of your soul's expression, what makes you uniquely you. And you're meant to bring this forward in the world. There's a lot of protection here. Again, there is this energy that this is something that even may have been stolen in the past. This could be like an old, you know, kind of an old standoff kind of energy. This may even have been a gift that was stolen in the past from your ancestors. And it's like this opportunity is coming back around for you to reclaim this gift. You might be cracking the code on how to avert this interception of this gift that brings some kind of healing to the bloodline. This is one of those reads that it's going to make sense to the person who's meant to receive it. It's a little abstract, okay? It's a little abstract, but I feel like this is sort of the realm you're traveling through right now. We'll get more details on a more mundane level to see how it's going to kind of play out in your life. And then we got right here, look at this, 33 heaven sent. So I feel like you're definitely connecting with ancestral energy here. I think you are forming a link. I think you've already had a strong link, but there might be something coming through in this regard, some kind of message from somebody who's passed on, that it's so specific. And the way it plays out, it really affirms this gift that you have. Some of you, you're meant to use these kind of gifts, but whatever you're receiving here, this message that's coming in, it's something that is meant to be shared and has something to do with your purpose, okay? There's like a certain timeline juncture happening here, and you're manifesting something. 33, okay? It comes from the past. Whatever comes in here, it comes from the past, and it's a building block for the future. Maybe it's some dream that passed away with your ancestors that you're here to complete. I know that may sound lofty, but it is what's coming through. And again, we have to remember we got retrograde energy going on right now. And it's interesting because though the South Node is currently in Libra, before it changed guards there, it was in Scorpio. Ooh. Ooh. I just heard bless you. So that might be a clue for somebody. You had this loved one that always made sure to say bless you every time you sneezed. And this is a clue for somebody there, okay? It's just like bringing something back from the past to activate now. And it's a vision, but it's coming through a very etheric experience, all right? You're downloading something here, and it's something that's completing the work that I feel like there's still some loose ends with a certain cycle you were supposed to close with the Scorpio South Node work that's trailing. It's sort of leaving a trail behind you. And perhaps those are the energies that want to intercept this. It's old holdover energy from 2022, 2023 to the middle of 2023 when we had a change into Libra. Just a little holdover energy there, okay? Something that still remains to be balanced. There's lingering energies. That's what I got. Lingering energies. Let me get some specific details about this. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the angel cards on this one, all right? I want to find out about the spirals of manifestation. So what is it that you're manifesting now? What is coming out of this sort of outer limits exploration and this awakening you're having? It's looking like you're completing a significant karmic cycle that goes back to when you were in the South Node position there, Scorpio. Let's check it out. What is this coming in for Scorpio here? What is Scorpio manifesting? Bottom of the deck. 9 of Wands. Universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries. It's something that brings some kind of alignment for two and some kind of overcoming of a challenge, overcoming something that has divided for too long. It like takes down a particular block, a particular wall that's kept two apart and unifies them. There's also something that's coming through here that it's a bit of healing for the collective as well. You know, I feel like this energy coming through, it's a universal medicine. It's something you're meant to share. There's something you're learning here. Maybe you're really learning how to take down the divide between the spiritual and the mundane. You're kind of merging the two, and that's how you're experiencing this instant manifestation as well. I do feel like there's some key relationship here, though. It could be you're working with a particular ancestor, I have to say. Like you're taking down the divide, and the spiritual is becoming the material. And you're getting some kind of guidance or working creatively to bring about a manifestation where maybe you're partnering with a loved one that had passed on, a dream that had passed with them that you're being asked to activate now. This could be working with a particular guide that's coming in for you. This could be cracking the code and activating your muse, okay? There's something here where the spiritual is becoming the material. Others of you, it's through your ancestors. Could be, you know, you resonate with being an earth angel, you know? Could be the acknowledgement of this. You could be called on assignment right now, all right? Either way, there's some wall that's being taken down here, and it's allowing what's been separated to come back together, and it's creating a point of manifestation, all right? So let's see what this manifestation is. Definitely in an alchemical process here. What is Scorpio manifesting here? What is Scorpio manifesting here? What is Scorpio manifesting here? Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Well, this is you mastering the lessons of the 4 elements, you know, on the road there. This is like pre-Empress energy, Taurus energy coming through, Taurus rising. You are Scorpio Descendant, okay? This has something to do with what you truly value. This is also you reaching a point of intellectual lucidity. And I really feel this is like a super consciousness around your thoughts and their ability to create the way that your life unfolds. And there's some kind of real psychological shift happening here. It's almost like you're rewiring your consciousness, like you're getting an upgrade. And this is bringing you some kind of compensation. Maybe you've been dealing with a lot of lack. Maybe you feel like you've been dealing with um, some kind of blockage to abundance. There's something that you're learning here about what abundance truly looks like and how you truly call abundance in as well. Maybe there was too much like looking at the absence of it instead of recognizing where there is so much abundance in your life. Abundance takes many forms. Abundance takes many forms beyond just financial abundance. I think you're discovering something around this, and it's allowing you to receive some kind of material compensation as well. I also feel like the more that you come into this place of trusting the messages as they're coming through, and to understand that this is not like stories you're telling yourself, these inspirations you have, these downloads you're having, there's great intellectual lucidity there. There's something that you are meant to actualize that's coming in. The more that you act on this, it actually provides for you materially. So there's something about really valuing your own insight, your own inspiration that's coming through here as well. Very interesting. Okay, and what's this over here? The star. Yes, and it was in like the reverse position. So this is reclaiming something that is still caught up in the south node. I got that. So you can activate the North Star. This could be in relation to an Aquarius. There's something you're balancing out here. You could be balancing out a particular relationship, might be with an Aquarius. An Aquarius might factor in strongly. And it does say protects against attacks. Okay, so this could be like what's watching over you right now. It also is speaking of the desire to move into expansion, to like grow, you know, to manifest. There's some kind of protection of this, but there is a matter that needs to be resolved relating to your south node. There's still some karma to be balanced out there, right? That will allow you to really step into this manifestation point. You got help. You got help at hand with this, right? There's a particular Aquarian energy that's helping you, maybe even helping you on Astral. That may make sense to some of you. Okay, let's see what's coming in here. What is this vision that's being given from the ancestors or beyond the veil for Scorpio? What is this vision that is being given here? What is this vision that's being birthed? Five of Cups. Prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. So perhaps you're being given guidance on how to unravel something that has kept you and perhaps past generations in a place of oppression, in a place of not being able to receive your just due. There may be a compensation that was due your ancestors that's coming through and being gifted to you now in the present. This is cleansing away also some bad blood with the Five of Cups I got here. It does require quite a bit of compassion to move through this particular initiatory process, but I do feel that you will arrive at this point. I also feel like there is a lot of compassion for what you've been through coming through from your ancestors as well. And you're being supported in this. It's like your compass is getting straightened. You might have taken sort of like an off ramp there that led you on a bit of a wild goose chase. And now you got like this owl medicine coming forward to help you see through the dark so you can see your way clearly. And also so you can see through any illusions, deceptions that may have been throwing you off the trail of your true north. Okay, so I feel like this is an inner calibration too of the compass of the soul that's going to get you back on the right track. You may have even been playing around a little bit with timeline hopping, and you may have gotten yourself a little like lost out there. I feel like this is like getting you back on track so your true vision for your life can get back on track as well. That's why things have been feeling a little bit off. You had to go on a bit of a diversion, I got, but it was important in order for you to learn certain lessons. And let's see this heaven sent here. What is this message coming through with this heaven sent? It's a building block. Woo! Two of Wands. It's the new way forward. It's the activation of the vision. That's the new way forward. And it says love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. So there's a lot of protection around this, okay? There's some kind of vision that's awakening in you. And I feel like it's been trying to get through to you. It's been trying to get through to you, perhaps through a passed on loved one. It's been trying to get through to you from spirit. It's been trying to get through to you from your ancestors. But there's been like this interception. There's been this outside energy that's been trying to like throw you off the trail of this or block the incoming message, because it's you being able to activate a particular light that you're meant to bring into the world at this time. And I don't think it's the first time at the rodeo for this particular challenge. I think this is also something that is played out historically, you know, in your bloodline, but you're healing something here. And that healing is extending back to the past, back to generations before. And it's also allowing the creativity to come through to sort of birth the new way forward that eventually will be your legacy, like what you came here to do in this life. Really potent message here for you. Interesting energy. Cut of the deck. What do we got here? Page of Wands. So this is the activation in the message. It says propagation of light confounds the wicked, saves from enemies. Look at this. So this is a liberation. I feel like it's a particular enemy that's like kind of been hot on your tail. I heard for eons. All right. So this is interesting energy that's playing out here. Knight of Wands. And then there's the movement forward. Protection as the wheel of fortune turns and you find the activation of your destiny. That's what I got. There's freedom here. There's protection and there's moving forward. Yes, yes. So there's something you're being saved from here. You might have gotten caught up too, like in too much of an engagement with a particular energy that was sort of luring you more into your shadow nature as well. And there might be something about this that you still need to untangle yourself from, but it's sort of like rescuing your destiny out of the jaws of death. I got that. You might be dealing with, you know, an energy that wants to drag you down that you're still connected to. You might still have that soul contract in place. And there's something here that you're freeing yourself from. And this is what gets you moving forward towards your destiny. And the activation of this big, bold vision is actually quite beautiful and quite an adventure. I want to hear about this, Scorpio.